This is how you set up and solve a mixture problem. All of these mixture problems are going to be set up the same way. Please make sure you set up a chart. In your chemistry class, you have a bottle of 5% boric acid solution and a bottle of 2% boric acid solution. You need 60 milliliters of a 3% boric acid solution. How much of each solution do you need to mix together? So again, we define our variables by answering the question. How much of each solution? Well, what are our two solutions? The first one they talk about is the 5% boric acid. The second one they talk about is a 2% boric acid. We're going to combine those to get a 3% boric acid solution. And because I have two variables, I need two equations. So what we do is we have a certain amount. Well, let's set up here. We have 5% plus a 2% is going to equal 3%. So the amount that I need a total of 60 milliliters of a 3% solution. Well, I need to combine a certain amount of the 5% plus a certain amount of the 2% to get 60 milliliters. And that's just the regular amounts, okay? Just the milliliters combining. Now the percentage, I need my end result to be 3% of that 60 needs to be boric acid. So 3% of that. So that's why it's 3.03 of 60. I need 5% plus a 2% to combine to be 3%. So our two equations, again, one of them, x plus y equals 60. The other one is the percentages. 0.03 times 60 is 1.8. To get rid of those decimals, basically I want to move both of these decimals on the left-hand side over 2 decimal places. So if I multiply both sides by 100, that gets rid of those decimals. So I have 5x plus 2y. Now 100 or 1.8 times 100 is 180. And then we have our top equation that was x plus y equals 60. Now because the coefficients on the top equation, x plus y, one of them, both of them actually, are 1. The best way to solve this is to solve by substitution. So solve this top equation, x plus y equals 60 for a variable. I'm going to solve for y. Y equals 60 minus x. Substitute this in to that equation. So I have 5x plus 2y equals 180. Now what is y? Y is 60 minus x. Now just go through and solve. 5x plus 120 minus 2x. I distributed the 2. Make sure you're distributing it to everybody. 5x minus 2x is 3x plus 120 equals 180. Subtract 120. 3x. 180 minus 120 is 60. I divide by 3. X is going to be equal to 20. So that means x was our 5%. So 20 milliliters of the 5% solution. Now I need to get how many milliliters of the 2%. Well, I know they have to add up to 60. So y is going to be 60 minus what I found for x, which was 20. So y is going to be equal to 40. So I have 40 milliliters of the 2% solution. Now, one of the things I always ask is, does this make sense? Because 3% is closer to 2%, it makes sense that you need more 2% than you do 5%. If it was, say, 4, you might need a little bit more. If it was 4% solution, you might need a little bit more of the 5% solution. So all of them are set up this way. Please make sure you set up the chart and define your variables.